Come out to the bar.
Hello YouTube, cheers and welcome to The Basement. My name is Bruce Lively.
Once again, I'm D-Boy Slim.
The Basement is the first daily hip-hop debate show. From Tuesday through Friday, we talk on the most intriguing topics in hip-hop culture and the world around it. So welcome back, Basement family. So the judge ordered Birdman to be evicted from his Miami mansion. Yes. Yes, the one, the one he's always showing off, the #1 stunner, you know what I mean?
It's happening out here.
Listen, well now, we have to revisit the idea of whether or not Rick Ross has the right to talk about how Birdman needs to pay Wayne. Listen, and basically call him out on his ridiculous business practices. It's out there for everyone to see. Yo, listen, man. Excuse me. So that's the question. Does Rick Ross have the moral authority to call out Birdman's flaws? With that being said, let go.
But when everybody was asking him about, is that you in the picture as a corrections officer? You had every dance step in the book. I never seen a brother dance so like, yo, for a big guy, that's, yo. Is he a good dancer?
Yeah, you see?
We back.
You see? Last time we had this conversation, you acted like Rick Ross was crazy for showing you the facts.
I acted like Rick who?
Ricky Rose. Ricky Rose.
Wait a minute. Let's back up a bit.
Oh man.
Rick who?
Rick Ross.
For wanting his name back.
Ricky Rose.
Listen, y'all, listen.
Come on, man.
I don't want to get y'all confused or off course. The question of the day is, does Rick Ross have the ground to stand on now, as he did as he took shots at Birdman before for the financial debacle that seems to be going on? Let's call it what it is.
He's been evicted from his mansion.
Let's just go ahead and call it what it is. But I take the same stance, and I stand on that. If BG says, yo, I told y'all, Juvie comes out. These are people that were directly aligned with the Cash Money umbrella, and that of which the finances that were distributed out by Baby or lack thereof, which seems to be the problem in all of this. Lack thereof. He seems to owe this one, he seems to owe this one, he seems to owe that one. And, back then, if you wanted to give him the benefit of the doubt, some people would say, well, where there's smoke, there's a fire. It's looking evident, but let's not get off course. Let's not get off topic. Does Rick Ross have the ground to stand on it? No, he does not. I don't care if we find out that Birdman doesn't have a penny in his account tomorrow. William Roberts, Ricky Rose, whatever you want to call him, does not have the ground to stand on. First of all, when is it cool? That's like the bully of the yard when he was knocking everybody out. You was in the background, duck scared. You didn't want him to choose you because he might just fight you. The minute he slips and falls, and he's on the ground, and everybody start taking your shots. When has that ever been cool?
Wait till then.
When has that ever been cool?
When Ross first did this, and then Birdman didn't have a slip up and he still had all his money. Nobody said he was broke back then.
When did Rick Ross say something about it?
The very first time he talked about paying that man. When he
talking about when his album just came out?
I used to see you niggas on my TV screen and wonder what was life like, was it all a dream? And then I met you out on Live Nation dates, came to the realization that your watch was fake.
Before he came out with that album,
when his album just came out,
before he came out with that album, he was talking about it on IG. Pay that man. Him in his little white tank top shirt. Pay that man.
Boy,
You're a year late and 5 years late paying that man his money. Pay that man his money.
That's what he said. And listen, I can tell you this. If the question is, does he have the moral stance? It's not about whether or not he was a correctional officer. It's not about whether or not he lies in his raps. It's not about that. The moral stance is Ross has proven to his business morality. There's no one on his team saying that he doesn't pay them. So when he talks about Birdman business and everybody who says that they need a check, and when he goes on IG and shows you the camera and says, hey, you had to get 2 loans, you come down to Miami, you poke your chest out, and you talk about how much money you have, and you still haven't paid Wayne, Ross is right. Whether or not you like him, that's the facts. He can stand on that. Because when you look at his business, no matter what you think he was or did or didn't do, he pays his people and all of them have love for him.
Listen.
There's nobody that he worked with that said, Ross did me wrong.
Give y'all another analogy. The guy in court that is snitching and he's cooperating.
Here we go.
You know, he's a known scumbag. He's a known scumbag he steals old ladies' purses. He knocks old people over the head for a couple of dollars. You know, he steals the stuff out your backyard and goes sells it. Like, he's a known scumbag. He might actually get on the court stand and say, yo, he robbed the store. And funny thing is, cause he could be telling the truth. The reason why a lawyer or anybody that has any sense would eat that up because his word is not credible. All we know, you know, it's funny, but because me and Bruce had a conversation off air, and we were talking about people's character and the context and how you take their character, and then when they say something, you have to take everything that you know about them into context. And it's like, that fits this right here. Like, you say, like I said, if it was somebody else that close to Birdman that's privy to what he did, his ins and outs, and what was being distributed as far as money and finances are concerned, fine, I could take that maybe at face value. You just seem like a desperate child that wants to kick somebody when they're down, like, yeah, I see you fell, you didn't think you could fall. Like, it seems kind of childish, and it seems like you got a motive behind it or something. Okay. Like you were being bullied or something before. Or something.
Check it out, though. Check it out. You may not like that. It doesn't mean he doesn't have the right to say it.
We're not saying, and I'm not saying that, like you said, what he's saying could be right. I'm saying the guy who's saying that, you don't have the right to say that.
Why not?
Because you're a liar.
Because you're a liar.
That's why.
Listen, let me give you 2 examples of what's going on right here. Let me give you two examples.
You lie to us all the time. If Trump said something truthful, Trump said something truthful tomorrow, then cool, you're still a liar. We don't want to hear it. Trump told you that if Trump told you that the sky was blue, you wouldn't even believe him.
Check it out. Check it out. Birdman goes back again and starts talking about his billions of albums sold. Look at the billions sold on McDonald's.
Big boy shit right here, baby. 1 billion units. I don't give a fuck if I sell another record, bitch. I accomplished what I never thought I could accomplish. This shit bigger than McDonald's.
Yeah, to go back and forth with it is kind of childish.
Now he put himself. Anybody can say whatever. Don't care who lies or not. You just got evicted from your mansion, and you're talking about how much money you have. He's the liar. He's the bad one. And so when you're talking about the fact that even McDonald's can talk about Birdman now. McDonald's sells the fakest food that's not even real meat. But the truth is, when you pull out your, I'm not
gonna co-sign any of this here.
Facts. When you pull out your plaque and say, I got 1 billion sold, after you just got evicted.
I love McDonald's.
Even McDonald's can come out and say, you a liar. You a liar. You a liar. Because they have, how much was it? Like over 46 billion customers?
Over 99 billion sold.
Come on, man. 99 billion.
So that's like you telling your guy that you got $1 million in the bank to Diddy.
You look stupid. And anybody who calls you out on that is telling the truth.
This doesn't matter.
If Rick Ross comes out tomorrow and starts talking about whatever it is about anybody else who we don't have any proof about, you can say he's lying. Unfortunately,
including himself.
Unfortunately, you can't say that now because the proof is in the pudding.
And that's my whole point.
He's been evicted because he missed.
You got a motive, and it's clear.
No, wait a minute. Let me finish. The proof is in the pudding. Exhibit A. Your billion-sold plaque. Could be. You mismanaged that money, and Exhibit B, you got evicted.
And that's a fact.
This is the rapper.
We getting too rap. That's why I said this guy got a motive. He always has an ulterior motive.
That's fine. He has a motive. This is the wrap up. Exhibit A. Look at how much money I have. This is Birdman talking.
The guy's pride is hurt.
Constantly. Even after being...
I can't jack that. I can't subscribe to that.
Look at how much money I have.
His pride
is hurt. Shows you the billion.
He knows he got evicted on TV.
And then in the same day, in the same week, he's evicted from his mansion.
So you attribute that to lying and not his pride being hurt?
And so now what I attribute that to is, even though you sold 1 million records, you consistently mismanage your funds and you stunt more than you pay.
Damn!
That could be a fact.
You don't pay your bills.
Well, what does that got to do?
And so now when BG says you didn't pay him, and Wayne says you didn't pay him, and Manny Fresh says he would like to see you guys back together, but is wondering what's going on, and what's his name? And Turk says you didn't pay him. It makes sense now. It makes sense because you have now proven that you refuse to pay your bills and still stunt. You were evicted and still stunt. You were kicked out of your house and still put up a plaque of how much you sold. All you've done is prove Rick Ross's case that you are a mismanager, and everybody who accuses you of that looks more right than wrong. You cannot blame Ross for that.
The fact that a man's pride is hurt does not mean that he's somehow lying about anything else. The man's pride is hurt. It's evident. My house went into foreclosure. My pride is hurt. What you cannot take from me is what I have sold and my accomplishments in rap.
If you sold that much, how did you lose your home? That's the proof. How did you lose your home?
Because I took out a loan that I didn't pay back. And you would never hear that out Birdman's mouth, but what does that mean?
So that's all I'm saying is, instead of paying your bills, you bought gold chains or bought a mansion you could not afford.
And I'm going to tell you what's also
That's
funny.
the fact.
What's also funny about the whole situation, because like I said, again, I don't want to hear Rose tell me that. You ain't got nothing to tell me. Secondly, you don't even have more money than Birdman. Even with the
He never said it doesn't matter. That's a whole different conversation. You're trying to bring up anything you can to discredit the guy.
Yeah, it does mess with Birdman saying, shut your mouth. You don't know what you're talking about. You don't know what you talking. How you know about my money?
Because you got evicted.
So?
That's how I know.
So?
You were evicted.
Keep speaking on my money.
You were evicted.
I still got more money. Look at the billion sold. You're not on my level.
You got $1 billion sold and you got kicked out your house.
You can't afford the house I got kicked out.
The two don't equate.
You can't afford the house I got kicked. Look at my billion.
You can't either.
Look at my billion sold.
You can't either. That's the point. That's the point. Thank you for making it, D-Boy Slim.
Look at my billions.
That's the wrap up. You can't either. Get out of here with your
And that's
plaque.
what you wanted to say?
Can you live in that plaque?
That's what you wanted to say?
Can you live in that billion soul plaque?
So what was your point in saying that?
That he was right. He has the moral authority to say it. It's not about why
what
he
was
said
Ross's point in saying that?
To get Wayne paid. That's his point.
Oh,
and it still has nothing to do with the actual debate.
Again,
he has the right to say it.
Watch the ones that sit on the sidelines and spectate about they don't have any investment. They're not blood related. Watch them guys, man.
It's up to you guys.
And then when you ask them, how did you get your own name? They can't even tell you. Watch them type of guys. Man. I don't believe this guy.
It's up to you guys. Leave it right down there in the comment section. Who wins this debate? Does Rick Ross have the moral authority to talk about Birdman? I think he does, because if it's proven right, the truth is the truth no matter who says it.
The messenger counts. I can't express that. I think I said that in the last time we rapped about this, but the messenger counts.
Listen.
Nobody, you don't. If Trump tell you the sky is blue, you gonna look at him and say, listen.
Let me see it for myself. And then when you see it for yourself. All right, so listen, we got some shout outs for y'all, man. Todd Mayek, or maybe Todd Meek. You said, I'm gonna tell you right now about my nigga Los, my nigga Myson, and that nigga Black Thought. Got the coldest freestyles.
No doubt. And I think we covered that.
Yeah, we covered that, and I'm glad that you say that, because right after that show that you commented on, we did another show about Black Thought. Go check it out.
I just know you want it though.
Todd Mayek, thank you so much, man. I hope you subscribe. We appreciate your comment. Breyaz Lastmaker, I appreciate your comment and your honesty. He did commented on the Chi-Town joint. Said you deserve martial law to take out you gangs one by one. And all I can say is, the only gangs that need to be taken out are the ones that wear white hoods, and nobody wants to do that. Nobody wants to take out the gang of tiki torches that want to keep up Confederate monuments, but it's okay to take out the other gangs. Maybe it's because they're black and they're not human to you. I feel you, but I still believe in the laws that you can't do it. Period. And you deserve the right to march with a swastika or with a gang rag. Either one's fine with me.
Appreciate it.
But I do appreciate Breyaz Lastmaker. Hit us back, comment. And everybody else, thank you for watching. If I missed any comments, it's okay. Comment on this one. Tell us who won the debate. Get those beats, Team Box Cutter. What else?
We got some dope shows coming. And yes, we're going to touch back on Trump and the debacle that's going on.
Constant debacle.
What else we got for him? We got the 2018 reviews coming in.
Oh man, we're gonna start doing album reviews. We want you to start putting it in down there. It's gonna be heated debates, heated reviews. Also, tomorrow, expect to see an interview with the #1, Joshua Suggs. He's back again from All G's React channel. Go check him out. And we're gonna have him weighing in on a debate tomorrow. Get ready. The basement is back.
Appreciate y'all. We off this.
Peace.